Hi, in the last lesson, we have seen how to make our very first commit and set username and email ID of the developer who is going to make the commits. Now, it is our time to see how to see the history of the commits we made in simple and detailed form. In order to show that, let us see the status first. Here we can see our working tree means the index is clean and there is nothing to count. Let us make some changes to our project by making some changes to our existing files. Example 1 and example 2 Python file. Here I am making changes to the files with some real code and also with the print statement. First modification, for second commit. Here I am making a real changes to the files along with the print statement. First modification for second commit for both the files example 1 and example 2 and saving the files. As soon as you make a changes to the files and save the changes in the Visual Studio Code editor, we can see the files with the letter M means the files inside the Git repository have been modified. Now let us check the status of the project using Git status. Since both the files have been modified and hence we can see the color of both the files has also been changed for the red with the word modified. It means they are now in the modified area instead of the staging area. Now it is our time to add both the files to our staging area, and in order to add both the files or in general to add the multiple files at the same time, we can use git add followed by the single dot. Now if we check the status, we can see both the files are in green color and are ready to be committed. Let us make a second commit with the message second commit, first modification to the second commit. Now let us check the status. Our working tree is clean, and if we add one file to the project, say for example the new file example 3 simple count for the first time to our project and check the status, we will get one untracked file in our Git repository. So now I would like to add the new file inside the Visual Studio code editor. So in order to add the new file, click on the icon new file. You can also add a new folder or means a new subfolder or subdirectory inside the actual Git repository. So let us add a new file with the name example3 simple count.py. Don't forget to add the extension .py, otherwise it will be treated as a normal file. Let us add some code to it. Here I have added the real code and then the print message, added this file and code for the third commit. You can also see the U letter in front of the file, means the Git already recognizing this file as the new file, means added to the Git repository for the first time, and it is indicating that it is an untracked file. The same can be checked with the Git status. Here we can see that the file is in untracked area, means the file is not in the index area. Now if we add it to the staging area using git add command, and check the status, we can see that the file has been added to the staging area and it is ready to be committed. Let us commit with the message third commit added example3 file. Now to check the history of the project or working tree, we can use git log. It will show all the commits made to our project so far. Here we can see the three important things in commit log history. They are nothing but the commit ID, author or the developer with the username, and email ID similar to like an email ID, and then date and time at which we have made our commits to the project. But to see the git log history in simple form, we can use git log -- one line, as we have seen in the previous lesson. Here we can see only the two important things: the first 7 characters of the commit ID and the commit message. This is enough to identify the change or progress of the project, because many times on one particular system, only one person with the one username and email ID will make a commit from a specific place or location. Hence, the commit ID and commit messages are enough to identify the progress of the project. So this is how we can check the history of the project using the git log and then git log -- one line. We can also see how to commit using the Visual Studio Code editor with Git commit. So for that, let us meet in the next lesson.